Good morning from a very snowy and foggy Energylandia here in Poland. It's part of the winter season here, an almost full ride offering I believe. I think there's one or two rides that are going to be closed and many of the coasters are just disappearing into the fog. If you look at Hyperion up there behind me, you can barely even see the top of its lift hill. So I think some really interesting POVs today, which I'm quite looking forward to recording. Anyway, without further ado, I am Paul and you're watching Coast Away from Energylandia. Well, it is very wintry times at Energylandia. Oh, I'm really looking forward to today. Don't get me wrong, it is cold, really cold, but I think we're going to get some really interesting footage of the roller coasters, both on ride and off ride. And it's going to be awesome just to get back on rides like Zadra and Hyperion. Yeah, this should be good. So the first course of action is to get a wristband for lockers. A lot of rides here require you to use lockers to put things inside. They've gone up to 15 zloty now. They used to be a lot cheaper than that. It's about £3. So still not like it's breaking the bank or anything, but still, shame to see those prices rising. Anyway, let's begin the day with a ride on Pepsi Hyperion, which is sickening sponsorship. I'm back in the hat, sorry, but the weather determines it. Not really a fan of how it sort of sits on the ridge of my glasses, but there we go. Anyway, let's go get a Pepsi. Oh, you cannot see a thing. Woo! Oh. That's a little bit chilly. Well, that was an experience. I don't think my face has ever felt so cold. I wasn't quite prepared for exactly how Arctic that was going to feel. But what an experience though. I mean, you could not see the top of the lift hill as you ascended it. It was like you were just ascending the heavens there, directly up into the mist. And you couldn't really see much of what was coming ahead of you either. From the top, you couldn't see the bottom of the drop. A really unique and awesome experience. You know, you can put up with the cold when you're getting mad, hyper-coastal experiences like that. And you know what? Hyperion is still a really top coaster. I think there are a couple of dead spots in there, particularly in this weather where it's not, you know, it's not a lovely hot summer's day, so it's not kind of gliding around the track like it can do. But yeah, it's a great coaster, a really good hyper coaster. I don't think it's the best hyper coaster in Europe, but that's just me. Let me know what you think. Can jellyfish survive in these temperatures? Do they just freeze up and turn into sort of icy jelly? I don't know. Any jellyfish experts in the comments? Let me know. So I don't know if this is new. I've certainly never noticed it before, but there is now a viewing platform for Hyperion. It's a bit icy, as you can see. I'm trying to negotiate it without slipping over and making a twat of myself. Just going around over there. As soon as we're here walking across the snow, just a gentle reminder to anyone watching that you should never eat yellow snow. Well, with that super cold Hyperion ride ticked off, I'm going to head to the back of the park now where the likes of Zadra or Zadra. I don't actually know which the correct pronunciation of that is. Some people say Zadra, some people say Zadra. Someone told me off for calling it Zadra, which seemed excessive, but here you go. Internet people, hey. So yeah, Zadra, now I'm pronouncing it Zadra. I've been influenced. And Mayan, etc. and Formula, they're on 0-minute queues. So I'm heading that direction, see how they're riding in this sort of weather. I mean, I've heard of a knuckle supper, but come on.
Call it, Sanchez, or you'll get a knuckle supper.
That almost looks like it could be one of the rides. Hi, I'm Lee Franks and you should like this video. One thing about Energylandia is they do not care about copyright infringement. And we're getting some real Bugs Life vibes over here. Now this is cool. We've got a flaming Energylandia globe. Warm your hands on. Should we go for a ride on Formula? This is a Vekoma launch coaster. It's quite short but quite punchy and snappy. Interesting that this can operate in these temperatures, but Lek couldn't at Legendia yesterday. I don't believe Abyssus is open either. I'll obviously confirm that once I get around to that area of the park. Well, I just left the queue for Formula because it had closed down and everyone exited the queue. Now it's testing again. I think I'll wander back down there because there's literally no one waiting. So Formula got sent round twice, but the staff are sending everyone away. They don't know when it's going to reopen. So I'm going to head down towards Smogsy Drive for some Zadra action. Check out this cool little underpass here though. Sort of trippy, isn't it? So opening hours during the winter season here at Energylandia are 11:30 AM until 6:30 in the evening. So that should mean we get some rides in the dark later on. Cool, Zadra at night is going to be fun, isn't it? Maybe Hyperion as well. If I get time to race from one side of the park to the other. Well, look at this cute little Christmas market we have here outside the front of Sweet Valley. What do we have? Let's have a look. Chimney cakes with coconut. Oh, they look interesting. We have some baguettes, some kind of soup by the looks of it there. Pierogies, I think. Oh, I could be tempted by them. Never tried pierogies before. They always get hyped. I think that is coffee and some kind of flashy coffees with like marshmallows and things. We have churros and we've got spiral crisps. That's interesting food options up here. Well, it's all very magical down here. I don't know if you can see up there, but the Wonder Wheel is in operation. I'm not sure what the views from up there are going to be like because it is getting lost in the mist. Maybe I'll come to that one later. Well, how eerie and intimidating does Zadra look there, disappearing into the fog. Oh, I can't wait to get on this. One of the best roller coasters in Europe. And you can see it going up its lift hill there. Well, into Smogsy Grub we go, or Craner something I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. This is such a lovely area of the park here. Oh, I like that they've got a whole covered section there too with heating. That is very much required. I love all these dragons they've got floating around as well. We are the most famous reindeer of all. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose. Yep, this is how winter it is. Snow and reindeer. So the whole of Aqualantis is actually closed off for the winter season, which I sort of expected, but it's a shame that I can't access the restaurants. Some of the best restaurants in the park are up that end, so never mind. Anyway, this snowman is blocking my entrance like some sort of hench bouncer. Give it a rest, mate. So, just had some pierogies for lunch in the end. They weren't too bad, and 29 zloty for 8 of them. That's £6. That's not too bad, really, is it? Anyway, just joined the queue, as you saw then, for Zadra, one of the best roller coasters in Europe. Really excited to get back on this. It looks so creepy and menacing. Well, Zadra is an absolute animal of a roller coaster, running a little bit slower than usual just because of the weather, I think, but up the back there, that's still an absolutely intense experience. The gate behind me is open, so I don't have to traverse the whole queue to go back on, so I'm going to go back around for another ride, stick my stuff back in the lockers, and enjoy some Zadra while I can. It's such a beast. RMC know what they're doing, don't they? a second ride on Zadra there, that time at the front. It's such a beast, isn't it? RMC have delivered one of the best roller coasters in Europe there. It absolutely glides around, it's smooth as glass, yet still being incredibly forceful. I love that thing, it's awesome. So for Winter Kingdom, they had this little winter walkthrough, an ice rink. Well, I think it's probably too cold for dragon eggs to hatch in these temperatures, so I may as well just crack them open and fry them. Well, with the weather having cleared a bit and views all around, time to go and scale the Wonder Wheel, I think. Well, some lovely views of Energylandia from above from the Wonder Wheel there. Looks really nice with all the snow, doesn't it? Anyway, going to head into Sweet Valley briefly, I think. This is, of course, the newest area of Energylandia, only opened in spring of last year. Then I'm going to head back under the road and see how Formula's getting on. I've seen Mayan going around. That's always as fun as an SLC can be. But yeah, it's really nice here today. I'm enjoying it so far. Obviously, it's very chilly, but a nice atmosphere and a vibe around the place. They have a whole bunch of Christmas stalls here in Sweet Valley as well, look. Sort of lining down here. I don't actually know what a lot of them are because it's all quite speciality Polish food, which is cool. I'm just not that familiar with a lot of it, so. Well, it looks like Honey Harbour's all cut off. In fact, quite a lot of Sweet Valley is shut off. Obviously, this is a route through to Aqualantis, which may be why you can't get through here. But it doesn't look like many of the restaurants around here are open. They sort of focused on the food stalls rather than the sit-down locations. Right, let's go ride a mine train, Choco Chip Creek style. Well, no elevator pre-show today. You just walk straight through. I'm not even trying to pretend it's an elevator. Well, fun to get back on Choco Chip mine train there. It's okay, it's a little unfinished still. I still haven't completed all the rock work theming and that sort of stuff. As a mine train, I think it's perfectly decent. It's one of the better ones. Obviously very long with 3 lift hills, lots of helix action and that sort of thing. But yeah, hopefully they can get all that theming finished and turn it into a more complete attraction over the coming season or so. Let's go ride Formula. Always good to get back on formula. A really fun, punchy launch coaster from Vekoma there. It is on the short side, but it's still always an enjoyable experience. Not much of a wait there either. They do cycle them through quite quickly. One thing to notice is just about every coaster here at Energylandia is only operating on one train today, so it's not super busy, but you will still wait a little while around for stations because, you know, there's some quite long rides here. The likes of Zadra, Hyperion, Choco Chip Creek's got 3 lift hills for Christ's sake. So you do sometimes, even though it will say a 0-minute wait, realistically it's close to 10 or 15 minutes. So something to bear in mind if you are coming out here for winter season. Anyway, I'm heading in the direction of Mayan now. Another Vekoma. This is an SLC, which, let's be honest, not much fun, but this one has the vest restraint, so it does ride a little bit better. And also, I've never actually recorded a front row POV on here, so let's go and see if we can get that done. Well, Mayan is an SLC, and despite having the modern trains and modern restraints, it's still janky and horrible, so I'm not a fan of that at all, really. To the point that it appears my GoPro didn't record the POV, despite the 77% battery remaining. That could be temperature related, I don't know, but I'm not going to go back and ride it because it's just not very good. Sorry, you just have to take my word for it. It's an SLC at the end of the day. Anyway, as you can see, darkness is falling. The park is getting lit up really nicely now. There's bright lights all around. All looks really funky, doesn't it? So I'm going to go and head back in the direction of Smogzygrod, get me some warm apple pie because I am cold, and then I think Zadra night rides are in order. Oh, how moody is it looking through here now? We've got the early evening fog, the lights. Oh, go on, just look at this fog. The hour drive back to Katowice is not feeling too appealing right now, but we'll worry about that in a couple of hours' time when I actually have to do it. Wow, this is gorgeous through here. Energylandia doing nighttime like a boss. How nice does it all look around here? Let's go do Zadra in the dark. It appears to have absolutely no uplighting at all. It is going to be a pure dark ride. This is going to be fierce. Well, there's some minor uplighting, but it just looks really dramatic against the night sky, doesn't it? I can see on the camera here it looks way lighter than it does in real life. Oh, it looks awesome. Cannot wait to get on this and experience that amazing 0G stall. Well, 2 consecutive night rides on Zadra, and what an absolute animal that is. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is absolutely Baltic on there, but what a machine. And the last week I've ridden some of the best roller coasters in Europe in the dark. I mean, this, Voltron, Wodan, all exceptional night ride experiences. And that's why it's so disappointing we don't get more parks open at this time of year when we do have the early evenings, because it is such an awesome experience to be able to ride these things at pitch black. I'm watching it go around now, almost envious that I'm probably not going to get another ride in it because I think I want to go down and do Hyperion. I'm out of breath from that. 2 in a row, it does take it out of you because it is an absolutely savage machine. But yeah, Well worth coming here to Energylandia for Winter Kingdom just to experience Zadra at night. And the park lit up looks wonderful as well. You see it as you're whizzing around the Wonder Wheel behind me and whatnot. Yeah, an amazing experience. Zadra is definitely one of Europe's best. It does look lovely all lit up, doesn't it? They've done a really good job with this. In the daytime it looked a little bit tacky, but now the lights are on and the sky is dark. It looks really nice. So I've made it down to the front of the park now for Hyperion. This will be my final ride of the evening, I think. It is pitch black up there. This is going to be an interesting POV, I think. And I think it's going to be a pretty intense ride. So let's go and enjoy one final experience on Hyperion here at Energylandia. Whoa! Back row there on Hyperion at night to round off the day here at Energylandia for their Winter Kingdom event. And that was a really great ride, and this has been a really great day, I think. Now obviously this has not been my most comprehensive visit to Energylandia. I really did focus on hitting the key rides on this particular occasion. However, if you do want to see a more comprehensive 2-day vlog, I did visit last year and that vlog is up on the screen right now. Thank you all for watching, and it's well worth coming down here to check out Energylandia's Winter Kingdom before it ends in February. Cheers, see you next time.